single day. And so these guys are just going to go back and forth, moving it. Don't put it in the same spot. Move it up and down. You see they're moving their feet a little bit. I just don't want them dead like a statue. They're moving. They're trying to be athletic. They're bending their knees. Think about a defensive basketball stance, just going back and forth, moving the ball around, hand-eye coordination, and just waking your hands up. Our primary stance right now, both the guys, they've got their one-knee stance. That's what both of our catchers use right now with primary stance. And once they do a few of those, they're going to go into their secondary stance. They're going to move it around. They're not going to throw the ball in the same position, and just try to mix it up a little bit. Then they can do one-hops. Johnny Bench, my favorite catcher growing up, he was very famous for not only his arm strength and the way he hit, but he could pick baseballs like no other. He had big, strong hands. He didn't block a ton of balls. Balls went in the dirt, and he picked them. So as catchers, we've got to be able to pick baseballs, and that's what these guys are doing in this solo wall ball drill. You can do this rapid fire. You can get a lot of balls in your hand and do it quickly, or you can slow down a little bit. And I recommend you do it slow because this ball's coming right over their right ear, and then they got to pick it up. You can do it from your primary stance. You can do it from your secondary stance. And like I said, move back a little bit. You can do your throwing drills. You can do your footwork. You can do your blocking and reacting. But I just think this is a really good thing, just working on your hand-eye coordination and your reactions doing your receiving drills. Alternating hands, one after the other. And you can do it from the primary. You can do it from the secondary. You can do picks. You can do it in the dirt. But you can see right now with Fernando, I'm just going 6 balls. And I pick up the next 6 and just go. You can get a whole bucket of baseballs, and you can get 100 reps in about a minute with this drill. The next one we do is the backhanded drill. And this one, this is more for the catcher. I'm not going to be able to coach much because I got my head down. And I'm just worried about getting rid of the ball. So this is a little bit more advanced when you know your catcher is doing really well with that juggle drill. Now you can get them a little quicker reps. I'm on purpose throwing this ball in different spots. I'm not throwing it in the same spot every single time, up, down, moving around, just again to try to get hand-eye coordination. We're using those feather light batting balls to work on those soft hands. And again, hand-eye coordination, soft hands is what we're trying to do. Going 6 reps. I try to move it around a little bit. You can see when he's in his stance that he is moving around a little bit. When I talk about receiving the baseball, I want to be able to sway to the ball a little bit with my ankles. When I'm in my primary stance like he is here, he's going to have to move a little bit with his waist and his upper body. If he's on both feet, he can move with his ankles. When he gets into a secondary stance here, you can see him sway to the baseball a little bit. You can move it up, you can move it down, you can move it in, you can move it out. But this is the fastball, and like I said, Fernando's using the wrist weights right now. Now we're going to the breaking ball. So I can go right-handed breaking ball. Corey's catching him here from his primary stance. I want to work underneath the baseball. And you can see him right now, when he catches this ball, he's underneath it, and you can see him bring it up some. I'm not a huge fan of the catch the ball at the ankles and bring it up to the waist. And that seems to be the new style right now. Just to get loose, but I want to think about transferring the ball from my glove to my hand, getting it up into throwing position, and then following through. So I'm going to exaggerate following through just to get out top. Because when you watch your guys throw, most of the time they throw the baseball and their body stops. So really try to tell your guys when they get there, get that chest over that knee, follow through, try to hit your partner in the chest. We'll do this for about 10 throws every single day when we start throwing, just to get our arms loose and also just to think about form and technique. Me and Fernando are seeing how quick we can get rid of the ball and going back and forth.